Uh-oh, I forgot to put the logo up. Bang. Nope, bang. There we go. We'll wait till somebody gets in the chat, and then we can be the mighty reveal.
Yeah, we can reveal ourselves.
We can reveal. Anybody there? Looks like 3, 2, 1. There's Rebecca. Hi. Good evening.
Boom.
It is Brad and Claire. Hope you're ready for some technical talking. What? Hey, Lone Star Living. How you doing this evening? Hope all is well down in the awesome state of Missouri, right?
Tejas.
It's Texas. It's Texas. All right, Tina Weber, Hilltown, Venom the Troll Slayer. By the power of Homestead, I have the power. You didn't see He-Man when you were a kid. He-Man. There was a Skeletor dude, and he looked like a skeleton.
No kidding.
And there were all these beefy people that would fight with swords and things. Yep, it's true. Rusty Nail, hello, Isabel. Ramona, Mary Blaburn, Sunburn, Mama Hubbard. Hey, guys. Oh, from Wisconsin. I was born in Wisconsin. There you go. Yep. Jen's home and Daniel I don't know if I
Dosh.
Dosh?
Yeah.
Okay. Hillbilly wannabe. Homestead wannabe. Daybird. Okay. If you guys don't know, tonight is a night where we talk about nerdy stuff. I have a nerdy background, and so I'm white and nerdy. Got to be white and nerdy.
I'm just a wannabe nerd.
Someday, you too can inherit the Force.
Yeah.
But it is not this day.
No.
So a couple things. I've got a list of stuff that we're going to chat about. And let's see. Evening. Hey, Sammy. Appreciate it. Tonight we're talking tech. And I've got there's a couple privacy things that have been coming up regularly in my life in the last little bit. And so I wanted to talk about some specific things in terms of when you're in the public eye, how do you maintain that right balance between being out there and letting people see your world, but also having lines that you can say, we're not going to let you cross into these lines. And so for all the people watching, just let me know just by like a yes or a no. How many of you guys actually create YouTube videos? There's one, two. Who else? I am here. You can start now. Yay! So, of the people watching, who actually makes YouTube videos? Because we're going to talk about some specific things tonight, and I want to make sure that you guys are understanding. Okay, Two Family Homestead. I've never seen your channel. I got to go and check it out.
Haven't?
No.
They're great.
I gotta go see them. Maybe there'll be a channel shout out. Maybe it just did shout out their channel.
If you know who Two Family Homestead is, go subscribe.
This shows what she did. We make comedy videos. Cool. Okay, well, here's the thing. We're talking a little bit tonight on privacy and what those boundaries are, guys. When we first started out, I used to be in a band that was on a record label, and we had hits on the radio in the Christian rock industry. And I hate to say industry, but that's exactly what it is. And so we had to make sure that people that were fans would not feel like that they had complete free roam to come into your life. We've had, we've never had anybody like just show up at the house, which is great. But we knew that there had to be certain boundaries. And for example, who remembers AOL Instant Messenger? Anybody out there rocking the AOL Instant Messenger? Well, if you don't know what AOL Instant Messenger is, it was a messaging service that you would get on your computer, and you could basically miraculously you could see when someone else is online, and then you could type a connection to a text, a message to them, because that was before texts. They didn't exist.
So
It was a message. And so if you were in someone's circle, you could see, oh my gosh, Brad from Scarecrow and Tin Men is on. And you could go, oh, I'm going to instant message him. And then it would pop up on their computer. So I would see it when somebody, just like a text message. But the thing is, this is it's live. It's
So it's basically like a live chat plus texting mixed together.
yeah.
That's cool.
Well, kind of. The problem is when you started to get a lot of people in your circles, they would everyone would sign on and go, "Oh, Brad." And so as soon as you'd sign on, I'd have like 50 of them. It'd go brrrr. And so if I did not respond to these people with the AOL instant message, they thought that you hated them or didn't like them. Because I'd be like, I'm calling you, I'm calling you, I'm calling you, and you don't pick up. You don't pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. And you don't pick up because they can see that you're online. They can see that you're online.
Wasn't there a way that you could disable people seeing that you're online?
I don't remember that. That might have been a feature, but if it was, I really didn't know. So stuff like that. Where do you find the balance in how much you're going to allow the world to see of your family? And we have come to a place where we're pretty open now, and maybe even a little too open, but we don't talk about our last name. Obviously, that's off the menu. We don't. We originally didn't, film the kids because we thought, well, there's going to be creepers out there, and but the reality is you can't stop them, you know. Um, but you can stop them. Come on over to the house. I'll show you how to stop them. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it wouldn't be a fist.
it'd be a fist for me.
Well, so the thing is this, I have some ideas, guys, things that I found. Okay, I also do web design. I build websites. I do video production for people. I make intros for people. I do voiceover work and anything that's dealing with media, I do it. And last week I shared with you the website that I just started building for my media business, and it's not done, but I think it looks pretty cool. And actually, I did a funny thing. The first page is working, but the only link on it that works goes to services. But there's something funny that happens if you go there, so it's not working just yet.
So you need to be visiting that website regularly to see when the cool stuff
When it's
happens.
done, there's gonna be cool stuff. But anyway, in the process of actually talking with Jason, Big Bear Homestead, today, and my wife, because we were trying to figure out, all right, well, I've got this business that I want to keep going, my media creation business. Um, but how do I keep that private from YouTube? Because if I'm going to tell people about it on YouTube, then I don't want to give out my home number, but I also still want to make sure that I'm getting business. Now, sure, you can use contact forms on your website, and then they just and then it comes to you eventually, and you get a notification. However, I don't know about you guys, but when we go on a Craigslist and we find something that we want, whether it's like bales of hay or free wood or any kind of thing like that, um, the worst thing ever is when you go, oh, this is perfect. This is the find that I want. And then you go look to find the information, and they didn't leave a phone number.
No, they just left their email or something. Or, yeah.
Yeah, and so that really stinks. And that works the same way with businesses. So if you're like, oh, I want to talk to Brad about doing a video intro for me, um, but then you type in your message because there's no phone number, it's very frustrating. So, Jason, I found out something new. This is a really cool new thing that I want to share with you guys. And it's not new. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat.
Hi, Katie and Tawana.
Hello. It's not new to the world, but it's new to me. And so I'm imagining it's going to be new to a lot of you guys. And it is the coolest thing ever for this particular situation. Because what we started to do was like, well, why don't we get another phone line? And I was like, well, geez, I don't want to have another 20 bucks a month. And then we don't have the phone, so we have to find the phone. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Why don't we just get a second line, and see if AT&T will actually send that extra line to my cell phone. So I would actually have two phone numbers on this phone. And as I was doing that, I'm typing in search engine stuff, And I found this is the thing that I'm telling you about. It's called Google Voice.
Dun dun
Dun, dun,
dun.
dun. Google Voice. Now, have you guys heard of it? Because it is the coolest thing ever. It's free to sign up, and you get a phone number. If you basically you could get rid of your home phone. You get a free home phone number. Yeah, Google Voice rocks. Um, you get a free home number, and you get unlimited free talk and text as long as you're on a Wi-Fi. If you're on anybody's Wi-Fi, you can get unlimited free talk and text. Now, here's the really cool thing about it. I can set it up so that it actually sends the new number that it gave me to my cell phone. That way, if I can see, this is a business call, I can answer it like, "Hey, this is Brad from Big Family Media," or or basically, yeah, it's call forwarding, but it's cool that you can have multiple numbers going to one phone.
So basically, you have your normal cell phone number,
Uh-huh.
and then they give you another one, and it tells you this is a business phone number, so you can get your voice and say hello.
Kind of. Basically, think of it, there's two phone numbers, right?
Right.
You got your private number, and then you got your public number.
Mm-hmm.
When the public calls this number, it goes to my private cell phone. And that way, um, they don't see my identity, they don't see my phone number. They see that number. Now, here's something that's cool about it too. Check this out. It's cool, but it's also very creepy. Okay? Check this out. Now, it sends you an email. Okay? It sends you an email when you got a phone call. So when we were testing it out earlier, my wife was calling from our home number, and she was calling the new number. And so Google Voice automatically emailed me saying, "Hey, you got a new message. Somebody left a voicemail for you." However, what's crazy and creepy about it was she literally said in the telephone, "Booga booga booga." That was her message. But look at what Google did. It translated it and put it into text for her or for me. That's kind of crazy.
So you can save everything.
Well, no, like if somebody leaves a message, it's going to go ahead and type out whatever it is that message was.
So it's not just the phone call, it's just any message that they leave. Or is
Yeah,
it
if they leave a message, just like if you're leaving a message on an answering service. But you can listen to it where you see where it says play message,
Mm-hmm.
but it also translates whatever it is that they said, just like Siri.
Mm-hmm. That's so weird.
So while I'm a little bit creeped out by it, it's a really cool thing. I mean, that's one of those things, guys, that I guess that's great for the hearing impaired. Yeah, that's an excellent point, Angela. That's an excellent point, which I did not think of. So, but that is one way, guys, where you can have a little bit more privacy without, while still being in the public eye. Oh, where do you get your moringa powder? Look on our. There's several videos that we have on moringa. Just go to our channel and search it because I don't know off the top of my head. And there's links and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Brad Talby. What does it matter? The CIO already listened to it. That's true. I'm still looking this up and using it. Tina, it's super cool. I couldn't believe that it was free. And guys, it allows you to when you go to get your number, your new number, the one that's Google generated, you can type in and try to find vanity numbers. It took us actually a long time to get the number because I kept trying to guess all the ones that would be applicable to my media business.
Right.
And there were some, but it just didn't really make sense. Okay, nothing is private. So you get a call and an email. Correct. Yep. Can I get that number? Insert evil laughter. Well, maybe look at my website, but it's not up there yet because I just got the number today.
And see, that's the nice thing too, guys, is you can find just about anything you need for free. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a new phone line. And this just took a little bit of time searching on the internet, and he found this. So you don't really have to pay for a service. You can find it for free.
Let It Snow says, my husband uses Moringa thanks to your testimonial, Brad. Thank you. You are very, very welcome. I am so glad that it works for so many people, and I'm one of them. I had arthritis and now I don't. So that's pretty awesome. Can you use it? Can you use an existing home phone number? Yeah, yeah, I think you can. Yeah, I think you can. Because when I signed up, it basically said, what's the number you're going to want? What's the number that you're using right now? And then it basically did an auto dial where so it's verifying that you are who you say you are. So like it said we're going to call you in a sec and you're going to read off the code that's in this box. It's just an authentication thing. So I did, and then it's like, okay, cool. Now you pick a number, and so it opens it up, and you can pick any number you want. If it's available, you got it. You know. So if you're like, by some miracle, you got like 941 cars or something like that, or you know, boats or whatever, because then it allows you to even type in the phrase you want, and then it'll go, oh, these are available.
Mm-hmm.
Can they trace it back to your real number? On who, Bob? I don't understand.
Whoever's calling, I assume.
So Google Voice is a free VoIP phone service. Yes, but it also does more. It emails you, and the weird thing too is that it also it types what the person said. I tried to get 8675309. I tried it in every exchange I could think of. And it was kind of funny too, because like when I'm typing in the numbers, guys, when you're like going, well, what about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? And then, what's up, empty hammock? But I tried to get every 8675309 number I could, and it was just not having it.
Yeah.
That's the total coolest. Okay, so that is the dish on Google Voice.
No more prank calls. Childhood mischief gone.
Yeah. So any other questions about that? They don't let people have that number anymore. I know, isn't that sad? I love it. I wish I could get it. Of course, you'd probably get pranked all the time.
Probably.
Does your phone differentiate between the Google Voice number and your existing number so you can answer one or the other? Yes. You can see where it's coming from. That way, like if you had a business, you don't have to, or that it's a private call, somebody from your home, you don't have to go, hey, such and such pizza shop and such and such. You can just answer it normally. Mm-hmm. I'm getting that from my 18-year-old son. Yeah, and it's free. As long as you have Wi-Fi, you can make any call anywhere. Mm-hmm. Period. The taxi cab service I had, when was the last guy? No way. Sorry, guys. I'm not feeling. My throat's kind of crazy tonight. Hi, everyone. Hey, going Batty. So, okay, another thing in terms of privacy. Let me see. I got my notes here. What was the other thing? Oh, well, this isn't privacy. What the heck am I talking about? Well, I was a little scatterbrained here when I was doing this, so bear with me. Oh, I got to switch gears. We're jumping away from privacy, guys. Can you have more than 2 numbers to one phone? Tess. Yes, that's the whole beauty of this thing. This is actually for preppers, self-reliant type, camping people. Well, a lot of different people. I found a cool product that I have not gotten yet. I think it's going to be really cool. But whenever there's some kind of crazy situation, right, like when the 9/11 attacks happen, or Boston bombing, or anything like there's some big event happens, basically you can't use your phone. Pretty much is useless because everybody's trying to call everybody and it just jams all the lines up. This kind of service will work for that, but it'll also, I'm not talking about Google, I'm talking about a new product, guys. It's really cool. It's called the GoTenna. Here, I'll put this up here. And I found it and I read this article about it, and then I started seeing some videos. But what it does is if you're in a weird situation where you cannot use the regular cell towers because they're jammed up. You get one of these things, they come in a pair, and basically they network together so that you can text and send GPS information and you're not going through the cell service. So if you're in some kind of weird crisis situation, or you're out in the woods or wherever you're at and you can't use your cell phone, you can at least text. It's encrypted, and so it sends basically text and GPS locations. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I saw this. I was like, man, that is the coolest thing ever. And another thing that's neat about it is that let's say that you're only one person. It'll only send it X distance around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Well, yes, it does. But it works like a cell tower in that or a repeater. I'm sorry, a repeater. So if somebody else has one within, a mile of yours, it will daisy chain and keep going. So that way you've just basically made a big network. So if there was, 100 people within, 10 miles square, um, you could communicate with anybody in a crisis situation via text.
And so you can talk to anybody that has these. It's not just.
Well, you would be like, if I wanted to talk with you, I would text you just like I do text normally.
Right.
But if you had one of those things and they had one of those things, it works. It's called a mesh network. That's correct.
What was the price?
The price is, I think it's 150 for a pair. You get a pair of them. Okay, I'm done rendering. Gotta run. Rendering.
His video probably.
Oh, he was here while he was rendering. Gotcha. Yeah, it is. I think it's 150. There's a link down below, guys. If you're lazy like me, I put a link in there. But it just looks like, a preppery kind of thing, and I haven't gotten one. I haven't tried it out, so this is not an endorsement. It's merely, hey, I just saw that, and that's pretty neat. A repeater is nothing but a hub.
Hi, Sheps for her.
By empty nest. Okay, I don't know what that means.
Empty hammer.
Gotcha. Smoking Reptile, how you guys doing? All right, questions. I'm going to open up the floor for any kind of question you want, pretty much at all. It can be tech, it can be homestead, whatever. You can ask her a question. I'm going to cough and try to drink some grape juice off camera. So does anybody have any questions? I can feel the typing. I can feel your anger. They are
fervently typing.
Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey toward the dark side will be complete. Completed. Yeah, Sam, you see, that's the thing. Like, if there was ever like an EMP event, it's not going to work unless you had it in a Faraday cage beforehand. But pretty cool. I'm eating the Thrive Life queso dip while watching it. That's so awesome. Do you like it? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Hmm? How's the driving going, Claire?
Well, it's going pretty well. It's been raining, so we haven't really gone too terribly much just because it's been raining and you don't want to slide, but fairly decent, thank you.
She's been doing excellent. Tess cooks for you. What is a good free site for storing photos? I just use Google Drive. It's free, it's easy, and it's connected to everything. It's just like an online hard drive. Feel you on that cough. I had one for over a month now. Hey, what's up, Weekend Homestead? I think I would prefer ham radio over that. Well, the thing about this, Brad Tolby, is these are tiny and portable. I mean, it's just a little stick thing. And so while ham radio is clearly a better choice when you're trying to get a wide range of communication, this thing's portable, small, and you can stick it in your pocket. Mm-hmm. Let us know, what is the most basic equipment needed to make a CD from live singing? Okay, that's a fun topic. You don't need much. You really don't. You just need a good microphone and a way to record it. And there's a company that makes some really high-end audio equipment called Apogee, Apogee, and they have a really nice microphone that plugs directly into an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And you can record that stuff right there with your iPad. So you can pick up an old iPad, you don't even need a computer, and then you can record your singing just like that, or if you can use your computer. But it's a USB microphone, so there's tons of free recording software out there, and reverbs and effects and all that kind of stuff. You would Google free reverb plugin or free VST. VST stands for Virtual Studio Technology. Okay.
Did you ever make your own baby food for us?
Did we ever make our own baby food? Yes, is the answer. Um, oh, Mama's answered it. So there you go. Bob's Homestead. I thought you need a license for ham radio. There's different levels, but you do need a license. But if we're talking about a crisis kind of situation, I don't think anybody's going to be calling the FCC complaining.
Probably not.
Probably not. Let's see. Getting a license is so easy. You know, everybody says that. I really got to look into getting a ham license. For prepping info storage, I found a 2 terabyte thumb drive on wish.com that I back up a lot of my survival projects on. Cool. Hey, Christa, you can make raw baby food using Thrive Life. Yes, that's absolutely true. And we've been thinking more and more about all the stuff that we use our Thrive Life foods for. Cutting onions. Cutting onions is her favorite.
I despise it with a passion.
So now you grab the amount of onions you need and you throw it in water. Done.
No crying necessary.
No weeping or gnashing of the teeth. In the event of life or death, anyone can use any means of communication to get help. Yeah. My hubby got me a book so I can get my license. Cool. What's the topic of the night? We were talking about some privacy stuff, Weekend Homestead, and I just discovered Google Voice because I wanted to have a business number, but I didn't want to get a second phone. And we were talking about that, and then we were talking about some privacy issues. And right now, it's whatever you guys want to talk about because I don't think my voice is going to make it all night. So we will go until I start hacking and heaving. Yep, Vault 7. Check into baby lead weaning. Huh. You should get a license. Should be awesome. That'd be fun. Swim goggles.
My 2 terabyte thumb drive was under $15, but took a while to get here, but I ended up getting more for the family.
Yep. Well, while we're waiting for a question, I did mention to you guys that I'm restarting my media creation business. So if you're if you need some kind of anything done, whether it's audio, video recording, intros for channels, VO, our website is called bigfamilymedia.com. And right now it's just one page, and the only link that works goes to a half done page on services. But there is a kind of fun surprise in there.
But you have to check it out because we're not going to tell you.
I checked Google Voice. You know, you live in a small town in Iowa where there's no numbers in your area code. Tina, you can pick any area code you want. You don't have to pick the one you're in. Matter of fact, I considered not picking the area code I'm in just so that it would give the impression that I'm in a bigger area, bigger city. I didn't, but I did. You can. Love it. You can use a YouTube live on cell phone. Do you have anything stored in a Faraday cage? If so, what and why? Maine Homestead product. Yes, I do. And our Faraday cage is basically one of those, is it 30-gallon steel trash can that we've grounded to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tested it with radios and I've tested it with some other things. And I don't know if it's going to be a perfect Faraday cage, but it does work with the stuff that I tested. And we have in there, we've got a world radio, we've got some two-way radios, a lot of the electronic stuff that you would want to try to have access to that would connect you to you, and also to try to reach out. I've also got some auto parts that if there was an EMP event, that I would be able to fix my car and get it back working again. Let's see what else is in there. I haven't been into it in a long time because we got all our stuff and stuck it in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to think what else is in there. Mostly electronic stuff that is communication based. Okay, sorry, my buffering on my end. Queso dip was a little salty, so mixing the bechamel next time. Yeah, cool. All right. What's your website for the media stuff again, Brad? It's called bigfamilymedia.com. So Big Family Homestead, Big Family Media. When you go there, you'll recognize the logo. And like I said, it's not working fully yet, but it will be soon. I'm working on it every day. Hen Feather Homestead. How's it going? I started the Moringa capsule Tuesday when I got in. How many do you recommend taking? I'm not a doctor, therefore I'm not giving advice, but I'll tell you what I take. I take 4 of the regular size capsules, and Christa will be able to chime in and tell you the size because I don't know. Her hands, she's awesome because her hands are a lot smaller than mine, and she fills the pills for me. So I'm very grateful. Hey, thank you, Vena.
It's Vina.
Vina. Thank you. Trying to, I don't know. Let's talk about your hairdo there, Claire. Tell us about it.
I straightened it. Woo!
Backup red dot sights and scopes is a good idea to store in the Faraday cage. That's funny because actually Jason over the Big Bear Homestead, we talked about that very thing today,
Mm-hmm.
and that's an excellent idea because I was asking him. I have an AR that I got at an incredible price, and I've just been having fun with the iron sights, and I was like, what optics would you go for? And he said he would go with a red dot, and I thought for sure, being a Marine, he would have said um, iron sights, but he said, well, you need to be experienced and good at the iron sights, but why not use the tech if you got it, kind of thing. Have you thought about doing going on an LCHF diet to try to combat your health issues? A main homestead project, I don't even know what that is, so I wouldn't be able to start. LCHF, I don't know. Low carb, high fat, maybe?
Maybe.
Low carb, high something, maybe. I'm just starting to make the food myself, Gerber products. Brad, how about people with pacemakers? Oh man, that's rough because you don't have any control of that. You're not going to be putting one in on your own. Got your hair straightened.
Thank you, Katie. I want to be a midwife eventually. I'm going to start out as a nurse for a couple years and then eventually become a midwife.
Okay, I give up on my question. It takes a miracle for me to retype. I'm sorry I didn't see it, Hen Feather. I apologize. My eyesight's not the greatest, and these glasses are dirty. Low carb, high fat. So no breads and lots of meaty, fatty meals. I've never even heard of that. I wouldn't know what to comment. Okay, let's see.
She's still talking baby food.
Okay, Mama's talking about baby food. I gotcha. Oh, I know what I can tell you guys. Hey, is anybody wanting to get into a better camera? Um, I've decided I'm selling 2 of mine. Two. The ones that I've been using for the last year and a half, I am going to say adieu to. So if anyone is interested, I'm going to show you the 2 cameras I have. The first one is the Canon HF G20. The microphone I'm going to keep. But basically, this camera was $700 new. and it's in perfect shape. There's nothing wrong with it. It does the hard drive recording, but you also have room to put in memory cards. It's really good. Touch screen. I like it. I like it full HD. If anybody's interested, I would sell it for, probably $375, $350. It's a good camera, super HD, awesome. And then the other one is actually better. They look very, very similar, but this one's a little bit more on the high end because it has the professional inputs for audio, and it's got like shutter stuff, bam. But this one's a Canon XA10, and it looks very similar to the other one, but this is really cool. It does night vision, and all kinds of stuff. This one I'd have to get just a little bit more, 500. Did I see? Okay, hold on.
My above post.
Oh, here's Hen Feather. We got to answer her question. Can you do a video on Thrive freeze-dried eggs? The other company reviews are not good. I can. I can. We haven't gotten any, but I think we're due to get some, and I'll check into that. We probably didn't get any because we have chickens, so I wouldn't have bought that. But I will get some in the future, and we'll try to make it out. Brad, did you see my post above pertaining to Claire? Now let me scroll up real quick. Where?
Oh, there it is.
Where?
Good.
Claire has mail from me, and so I have a P.O. box now, so my tongue can wag free. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Great. Let's see. Freeze-dried eggs. Dibs. Oh, hey, Kevin, you're looking for a camera? I didn't realize that. I'll make you a deal, brother. Sorry, Brad, I meant pacemakers. If there was an electrical attack, I believe that it would fail. I believe in because the there's nothing. Well, that's tricky. I really don't know. I was and I'm going through in my head. I'm like, well, this would fail, that would fail. Well, wait a minute, no, because you're not inside a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
I mean, you could technically be grounded if you were standing in the mud or something like that without shoes on, but I don't know. I think they would fail. Hen Feather Homestead should look into the freeze dry a little more. Yeah. Yeah. Other questions? Holy smokes. That question brings up like a kind of murder mystery plot. If someone wanted to off somebody that had a pacemaker, you could figure out a way to make an EMP machine that was portable. No one would even know. Sounds like a Agatha Christie tale.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, Let It Snow. Have a great night. Yeah, pacemakers are reset over the phone, only a matter of time. Yeah. They tell you to stay away from microwaves with a pacemaker. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get my name in red? I don't know.
When you type out somebody's name, like their full channel name, it'll turn red. But if you only say, let's say I was talking to Pratt Family Homestead because they just came in. If I just said, hey, Pratt Family, it wouldn't come up. But if I said, hey, Pratt Family Homestead, it would show up in red. That's why it turned red.
The Weekend Homesteader, other than YouTube, do you do any other social media? Yes, and we should probably do more. Uh, we have a Facebook page, and we also have a barter page for the Homestead Network. We do that, but I don't really get involved in the Facebook thing just because it's a black hole of time for me. I'm the kind of guy that gets distracted. It's like squirrel, and if I spend 5 minutes there, I could be spending the same thing as an hour, and I wouldn't even know it. It would just be gone. But Christa deals with that, so we do have a Facebook page. I don't think Twitter is really worth the time and effort. Um, but if somebody can tell me, no, convince me otherwise, I would be willing to listen to that. But you know, the thing is this, guys, to be honest, um, a lot of these social media, you know, endpoints, if you will, I've seen study after study after study where they'll say, you know, X school will do a study, and the more that people use Twitter and Facebook and what was the other one, Pinterest, they correlated that the more that they use it, the lonelier they feel. Now, that's typical with YouTube unless you're a part of a community like we're doing here. See, I feel connected to so many of these names that come across the screen. Deep South Homestead, Danny and Wanda. We don't just watch their videos. We're involved in their lives. We call them, we chat with them. Big Bear Homestead, they came to our house for Thanksgiving. You know, Tommy over Off Grid Nation, we're friends. You know, we're just saying, go and Batty. Their family comes over and we have fun, you know, several times, and we're going to do something cool this weekend. And so I feel like this platform is different because it allows you a way to connect with people on a level that's not self-serving.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know Wayne asked if you have any ideas for a new intro for him.
intro, I do. I could come up with something cool for you, Wayne. Huh? I could. Give me a call tomorrow. We'll talk. We'll chat. We'll be conversing. We just opened a Twitter account. Pratt Family Homestead says, but only use it. Notify that when we uploaded a video, I'll try it on there to get the surf to play.
No, yeah.
Yeah. The frogs are singing here, and now they're calling for snow next week. Yeah, actually, it was 60 something degrees, high 60s today. It's supposed to be 32 tonight, and then 19 tomorrow. What are you gonna do? And I think it's gonna kill off all of our flowers, and then we're gonna have a rough time with fruit this year, which stinks.
Because we planted our trees when we first moved here, right?
Yep.
And they should be actually giving us some fruit, but that may not happen.
No, they should have last year.
Yeah.
They should have last year. Crazy weather, supposed to snow. Yep. Bob's Homestead says, Wayne, I like your intro. Well, he might not need a new one then. I don't know.
I like his intro too.
I made the intro for Off Grid Nation. Tommy will change the music up from time to time depending on the video. And that's pretty cool. I wish I actually made one just for fun for Viking preparedness, Pastor Joe Fox. And it was cool, man. It just looked so Viking and he just doesn't have the ability to edit that in. So it was kind of like a bummer because it was such a cool intro, but he can't really use it.
It's funny too because I think it was 2 weeks ago maybe he put up a video on
Intros.
The title was So You Want Intros. And all he does for an intro is get a book he likes and just goes like this.
Here's your intro.
And so he made this whole video on different books that he was holding up, and it was really funny.
Hey, Big Family Homestead, great to see you too. Tornadoes last week. Next day there's snow, then 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Holy smokes.
Oh, and hey, Jason, I need to talk to you after this. I have to show you something. You're not going to believe this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Is there any tech that would help me with planting? Well, it depends on how much you want to plant. Danny over at the Deep South Homestead, he's got loads of videos on all of that kind of stuff. So does Arms Family Homestead. Speaking of Arms Family Homestead, I made their intro too. But there's all kinds of different ways for seeding and obviously plowing and tilling and all that kind of stuff. There's tricks and gizmos and gadgets for everything.
And there are a couple apps where it'll help you arrange the way you want your seeds to be.
Yeah.
It's basically like
a planner.
A blueprint or something.
It's a planner, yeah. And there's tons of those free things. Brad, is there homestead networks all around the world? Different ones. Not that I know of, to be honest, guys. And the reason why I started the Homestead Network was because I felt like there was a need to unify people. See, here's the thing, and this might get a little bit serious here for a minute, guys. Um, I believe that our country is in serious, serious trouble. Uh, there could be any number of disasters that could happen, but even if you just went with the sheer amount of debt, isn't it like $18 trillion in debt we are? And bottom line is it's a mathematical certainty that it will collapse. It's just a matter of how long. And so we started down this the reliance path because we read the writing on the wall, guys. We read the writing on the wall, and um, so we started trying to figure out ways to provide for our family if you couldn't get to a grocery store, or what if your money was no good? I mean, what if there's hyperinflation? And I'm not doing this out of a spirit of fear. Keep that in mind. We're not afraid of what tomorrow is going to bring, but we're going to do our very best to make sure that we could provide. And so when I started doing this, I was like, you know what? I got to get together with a lot of these homesteading channels because um, we need to be together with like-minded people. That was number one. Number two was we've got to get more people to know these skills. This is hugely important. I mean, think about the people that are in your neck of the woods. Maybe not the people that are like you, but like if you go to the grocery store or you go to church or you go to a school, how many of those people could actually grow food enough to feed themselves? Maybe 1%,
Maybe.
maybe 1%. Everybody knows food comes from a grocery store, right? That's where you get chicken. It never was a living, breathing thing. It was just always in the styrofoam and it was wrapped that way.
I've had friends in the past that when I tell them what we do and that we have chickens and that we slaughter our own chickens and we grow our own food, they're like, that's gross. And I said, well, it's no different than you picking it up from the store. It's just we're actually doing it ourselves. Like
Yeah.
they, for some reason, there's a disconnect. And
Hmm.
they are grossed out by the fact that we are self sustaining and that we do it ourselves, but they have no problem going to pick it up and they had nothing to do with it, no emotional connection at all.
Well, I agree. But in terms of the preparedness side of things, I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out ways, God willing, to be able to provide for my family, and in the event of some weird, crazy, um, catastrophic thing, to be able to defend them and protect them too, because Big Brother ain't coming to help. Big Brother ain't coming to help. You know, it's just funny. So that's why we started doing this, and then the idea came for the Homestead Network. It was born out of I need to find other people like me who are not crazy because we watched those shows, the Doomsday Prepper shows, and they make those people look like idiots. And I edit video and have owned production companies, and I guarantee you that most of those people were not idiots. They made them look like that on TV because of ratings. So anyway, the Homestead Network, it was born out of I want to know people like me, and doggone it, I want Danny and Wanda to share their skill set with everybody. Because if we got more people that know how to do stuff, we have a better chance of making it through the other side. And so people like Tommy, Off Grid Nation, people like Palmetto Paratrooper, I reached out to him. He tried it, it just wasn't his thing. But I wanted people to understand his skill set. His skill set is really, really incredible. He's really good at defense. And so I picked channels that I thought, well, these people have something to offer. And that kind of grew. And now we've got a lot of friends that we did not have before. And I mean, friends that we go and hang out with. I mean, I could go over to J Null Zero's house any day. Any day we could just go hang out. I know for a fact uh, that Wayne's Country Living, he's been to my house. I gave him a scad of chickens. There was a load of chickens, but I could call him up, and if he was able to do something, we were buds. It's not, and that was born out of the idea that we've got to get organized and we've got to get community and we've got to stop worrying about if people are going to um, find out where you live. Like preppers are like the weirdest thing. It's like I understand there's privacy, but some of them just take it way too far. And so that's why we did it. And I know I know it has been a blessing to a lot of people. Um, it's been a blessing to my family, and so that's why we did it. And to be honest, if you guys know of any good channels that could do a live stream and have some content that's awesome, let me know. I'll ask them because it's just basically what it is the only requirement we have is when you're doing your show, it has to be family friendly. It has to be PG. No drugs, no this, no that, no, 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 no. It's just PG, and if somebody has good content, like I came this close to getting M.I. Gardner, but he couldn't commit to the time.
You almost got M.I. Gardner.
It's close.
That's cool.
So how cool would that be?
Knowing me
has been the best time of your life. That is funny. But here's the thing, guys, too. Honestly, I had the blessing of getting invited to J Zero's house for Thanksgiving, and there was a lot of other channels. Wayne was there, Big Bear was there, Steve, doggone it, what's his? No, Buck Run 11, and Wallace Knife Works was there. There was some other channels there, and it was just a great time, and it just felt like we knew everybody. Like, hey, and we'd never met. What's that say?
Which one?
Breakaway Homestead. Private message me, man. Really, the requirements are family friendly content, and I do ask that you have, a good 20, 30 videos up so that if people go to your channel, they can see content. It's not just I have a live event and you just come and you don't have any content, so it's got to be good quality content, family friendly. That's pretty much it. What was that saying about roosters?
Did you know that roosters are killed when the babies they bring them up alive at the big, where's the,
Oh, we missed it.
At the big farms that sell chickens to get grocery stores.
Yeah. The only thing is we're so far apart. If something did happen, we couldn't go anywhere when we really need people close by. Simple life. Okay. Well, let me tell you this. This is a funny thing. That is, it's a concern, but the more you get out there and the more you meet people, the more you're going to find that there are people that are local. For example, the Goin Batty channel, not Going, Goin, like you got the little slash thing, Goin Batty. They reached out to us and they're local. They live, what, about 20 minutes away?
Yeah, probably.
And our families really hit it off and we're friends. I'm not really close to Wayne, over Wayne's country living, but, if something would needed to be done, he could call on me in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think it twice about it. And here's another thing that's interesting. We were shopping around for a church, and this is actually how we got to know the Goin Batty channel. We were shopping around for churches because I don't work at that a former church for a lot of reasons that I'll just stay away from. But I resigned from there, and so we were looking for a church. And one of the churches we were at, this lady comes up and goes, "I love your channel. I watch all of your videos." It was the weirdest thing because we had never been to this church before. And then somebody comes up and says, "Psh." And I'll tell you what, it was not just the other day that we were going over to Goodwill, and I thought I was going to get in trouble. I thought someone was going to shoot me or something. The door opens up, and lady goes, "Bah! Big Family Homestead." And I was like, should I go for my knife? But you'll be surprised. There are more people in your neck of the woods than you would think. My family supports 300 miles away. That stinks. Mine is 900.
More than that, I think.
1,000 miles. Way down in Florida. We're nowhere near. Oh yeah. Create your network near you, Sam Massey is saying. And you know what? That's the truth. You're gonna, but this kind of an environment will allow you to end up connecting the dots to a lot more people. Okay, they, for example, um, I may not know, or I may not be able to ever get with. We've got a friend that we met through YouTube who's in San Diego, California. I may never get over there, but they know tons of people that live near me, and they can connect those dots.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always a way to do it.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan Sullivan. That's right. Hey, now we are family support. That is exactly right. The thing is, guys, is that you gotta put that fear beside you. If you're on here and you're looking at people's comments, and you can start to get to know people, their vibe, if you will, by reading their comments and who they talk to and the interaction. And if you know that person is nearby and you're kind of like, I kind of feel like maybe we could go to have coffee or something and just see what you're about, and I'll see what you're about, and do it in a third party place, you know. But those are how connections are made. Okay. Windswept Homestead. Should we say our states? You can if you like. I'm in Ohio, and I don't have any problem even telling you we're in Lebanon, Ohio. So if you're near Lebanon, Ohio, give us a shout out. Maybe we'll go have coffee. You never know. I've personally met Brad Talby and his family. Excellent people, awesome people. Um, we've met a lot of people. There's a friend of the channel, and I can't think of his channel handle. It's X something something, but his name's Phil, and he's a really great guy. They've come over and had food with us, and you know, and I think we're going to have lunch with them soon, which is going to be awesome. Our place is in a town of 300. We started posting YouTube and found two other people that live 15 minutes away. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Big Bear's in Elberton, Georgia, North Dakota, Ohio, NC. So take note of these, because if you see somebody that's, hey, they keep coming back and they've got good quality answers and questions and they're never dirty, maybe you can reach out. You never know.
Create some connections with people.
Yeah. And Brad Talby, we definitely need to get an Ohio meetup. I'm working on that. We're actually going to try to put together some kind of overnight camp out at a state park here named Caesars Creek. And anybody that wants to come can come. There won't be any charge. I'll pay for the rental of the campsites, and everybody just bring food, and it'll be one big potluck and bonfire and fun. We're working on that. I haven't nailed down the date yet. New Orleans. New Orleans is hot. Indiana. Yep.
Sometimes we're in a state of confusion.
Yep. Another Alabamian. I didn't know that's how you say that. Hey, there's old Alabama Garter.
Hello.
Howdy do. Inglewood. Okay, I don't know where Inglewood is. Yeah. I'll get it on the map. So well, anyway, guys, listen. Next week I've got more techie stuff planned, but to be completely honest, uh, I've been overwhelmed with work lately. It's been good because it's brought a lot of income into our family. I've been creating some websites for a friend of the family, but I have really not had a lot of homesteady time stuff. So I'm going to get more techie next week, and I'll be more prepared with more topics. So don't forget to come on over. And if you're interested in either of these cameras, let me know. Private message me. I'll make you a deal. So there you go, guys. We're gonna rock on out of here, and you guys just have an amazing night. Thank you guys for coming. That's you got to do your.
Have a great day.
That's it.
I'm Claire from the Big Family Homestead / Living Like Claire, and you have an amazing day.
You do it. Hey, I'm going to leave the chat open for a little while, guys, so that you can go ahead and chat with each other. And if you want to, maybe make your own meetup, might be a cool thing. So here's the logo. Goodbye.